Otto eases into a three, and the game Jan won. The Warriors out in motion. Andrew Wiggins, the right side. It's left or right for the All-Star in their last game. The Knicks had a great comeback in the second half against Denver, but they had a brutal second quarter and had the rebound. Curry waiting for Porter and floating it over Azubuike. And this is a wonderful beat.
Looked a little sketchy to start there. Otto Porter finally set the screen for Steph and then just rolled, and they screwed up the coverage.
Donovan Mitchell, and that's where
probably the toughest shot in the game, as far as I'm concerned.
And he's always been a good defender on Steph. Looney knocked him off with the screen. Finds an Otto Porter three wide open. And his teammates have responded.
And they all realized they had to do more defensively to make up for Draymond's absence. We all got to talk more. We got to work harder.
O'Neal was going to lose that ball. And somehow Royce O'Neal lets Wiggins fly by and then buries the three. What a great 3-and-D play. And you know it's going to be a high-level game. The turnover and the steal. Mitchell carries on here. Bogdanovich the trail three. You make a mistake.
How much better he's gotten there, because he knows he can get by his guy, his main defender right in front of him. But he's usually focused on the guys behind him. And when you're playing against the Warriors, when they're whole, as Steph knocks down a little mid-range jump.
Getting downhill. Look, Kuminga's not even being guarded there. And for Jonathan, I love that. Take your time. White's. No need for Jonathan to rush that, and he didn't. That was good composure. Flip up and out by Forrest. Whiteside's just bigger and drops it back in. So
he's been assertive at the right time. He definitely get to the basket.
Another quality Florida State guy. Played all 4 years there. At JTA flip.
He's not surprised he's in the game. He comes in with intensity. He knows his role.
That's what being a pro is all about. How about that? We had Mitchell fall down and from his
word fanny.
What do you want me to say?
There's plenty of words.
Jordan Poole with the three.
You can go with booty if you want.
All right. Moody and Steph, JTA, Kuminga, and Jordan. And Pascal
is a bad bounce, but you don't get discouraged. Keep defending.
JTA going to keep it moving. Moses Moody back to Juan. Little draw and kick out to JTA, missing that three, but Poole, the teardrop follow. Sending shot after shot away.
Finishing at the basket is not going to be easy tonight.
And Conley finding Clarkson, who never gave up on. I don't know that Jordan Clarkson can stay with Steph, and so I think this is an opportunity for Curry. Hey, it's no Conley or it's not Donovan Mitchell.
Off of those screens, finding openings.
Pascal using that. Moses Moody going to take a turn on Mitchell. Definite, difficult defensive assignment, and so with that screen, he wanted Steph on him. Bogdanovich hitting the three.
Gave you too much to think about there.
The ball than the Warriors do.
You need a push here towards halftime. We're coming up on 4 minutes here. See if you can finish this strong, get some stops.
Bogdanovich at mid-range we talked about, and then you throw him to 10-0 points off turnovers, and that's a problem.
Warriors trying to solve this puzzle. It's getting more and more complicated.
Wiggins, nice skip pass. And Looney the good screen. That's beautifully done. That's Looney with the screen assist for Wiggins. Whiteside just not coming anywhere.
Big deficit there. It's easy to see why, though.
It's an important final minute. Whiteside making it an 8.
Wiper. Piece of Looney something.
Yeah, well, that's why Kaman was as angry as he was. He's pretty mild-mannered. Andrew Wiggins, you need here, but the Warriors fortunate. Bogdanovich missing the shot. Jordan Poole catch and shoot three. Perfectly done off an Andrew Wiggins creation. Something special for one of the greatest coaches and really one of the greatest characters and broadcasters of all time. in the Bay Area as well as the nation. Mike Conley missing that three. And Mitchell with the rebound. Conley on the reload. And that's interesting because you had Royce O'Neal and you had Conley.
I've met a few different Azubukis, and they're all usually monsters. I'm really the runt of the litter.
At 6'5". And Udoka Azubuike hammering that down. They've kept Donovan Mitchell a little bit under wraps. So Trent Forrest has got Mitchell off the ball now. And then Mitchell hits the three. So on ball there, but there's not a defender with him. Once he sheds his, Azubuike's not coming out there. And we said Mitchell could be a streaky three-point shooter.
Oh, man. That's rough. Mitchell.
Look, and we talked about it during the timeout. Warriors are shooting 37%, but they're still in the game. And Forrest got a blow-by, but make the foul and stay within 6. This is going to require the same kind of effort, the final 250 here, because they're just not shooting well enough on the road to be hanging in this game. Clarkson, a couple pump fakes have Warrior defenders flying, and Clarkson inside. The size has been the difference tonight. With Utah having the 2 7-footers, the Warriors not having Draymond Green to play the speed 5. And even without Gobert, you have Bogdanovic score. The combination of Azubuike and Whiteside, 11 points, 13 rebounds, and 7 blocks. I mean, they have owned that center spot as Conley hits the three.
Thinking, okay, we got to make a push right here to start this quarter. We're not going to have a lot of time to work with.
Because sometimes, there's 82 games in the season. Sometimes you just don't have it offensively. And
that is probably the Jazz game plan. Let's shut down the paint and see if they can beat us over the top. And this is a really good three-point shooting team in the Warriors, but they just haven't made enough shots tonight.
You don't see the Warriors in the teams in very many quarters, let alone back-to-back. Utah's the highest scoring team in the NBA. If Clarkson's hitting that,
Conley's all over the place.
Conley 6 boards. Clarkson, doing everything there, setting up Mike Conley, and his three is perfect.
That was great defense.
Played the Knicks and then the Lakers on Saturday. Clarkson, we'll see the air ball there. Whiteside, another rebound.
Juan Toscano-Anderson was there again as he scores. Juan Toscano-Anderson was boxing on.
I mean, they were 3-6, and they had that loss to Indiana, which felt like 5 losses because everyone was so disappointed in that game. And that's when Draymond really kind of gave the speech at a film session, and they reeled off a 9-game winning streak as Moody hits.
True. Julius Randle played really well against the Jazz.
He did. Well, my question for tomorrow is who guards Randle?
That's going to be a tough one.
Because you probably will not play Otto Porter Jr. tomorrow on the back end of a back-to-back. They've been resting him.
I bet Looney sees some time on him.
Oh, Donovan Mitchell.
Whoa.
Steps back.
Feels so much different. Your legs feel like jello maybe, and you're short on a lot of your shots. It can definitely happen. You just can't get discouraged. Keep your confidence and know you are a good three-point shooting team. Especially when you get the threes the way the Warriors are capable of getting them, is Bogdanovic not
reach its apex.
No.
Bogdanovic moving nicely without the ball. Boy, Bogdanovic keeps showing the coaches, and Utah's kind of taking it to him in the second half.
I'm just impressed with Juan Toscano-Anderson knocking down that three and shooting another one.
There you go. JTA hitting a couple.
Listen, he saw it. You got my respect.
95th Ave, man.
Yeah, they're built different.
There's some resiliency there. Oakland's own. And so now for Utah, so for the Warriors, Knicks, and JTA hits another three. 3 of them here in the full best basketball on offense and defense before the back issue.
There was a thing where people were comparing those 3 to Kevin Durant as a good.
So for Utah, 4 wins in a row. The Jazz will move to 34-21, get win number 19 at home.